Yo guys, it's KC3. Welcome back to another video. I've got a pretty special video for you guys today. This is about how LeBron James is hurting the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, he's an amazing player, but what he's doing is hurting the Lakers and needs to be fixed. And let's get into this. LeBron James is a decent player, you could say. When you add him to a team, you would think that he would help the team not only win games, but help his team develop. This season in LA, the Lakers have been better than what I expected, but worse than what most people did. And that is because a player like Brandon Ingram didn't make the step up that he was expected of. This Lakers team has been very poor so far this season. You could argue that JaVale McGee is their second best player. And even though JaVale isn't that bad, he isn't good enough to be a second best player on a championship team or even a playoff team. LeBron James statistically is having another amazing season. He's having the best season ever by someone in their 16th season. And if you look at everyone else that was in the same draft as him, you would know how spectacular of a season he is having. LeBron has had 50-point games and 40-point games and made it look easy, and he has already hit a lot of clutch shots to get Lakers the win. LeBron has had a phenomenal season, but he is hurting the Lakers in the long run. Players like Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball have gotten worse from last season statistically, and Lakers fans are starting to give up on them and asking for them to get traded for players like Bradley Beal. On the surface, it looks like Brandon Ingram just hasn't gotten better. His stats are extremely similar to last season. He is averaging 0.4 fewer points, 0.9 fewer rebounds, and 1.8 less assists, shooting a lower percentage from the field. It makes sense to look at that and think that it's Brandon Ingram's fault for not working hard enough, or even that he has reached his ceiling already. This just isn't true though. The addition of LeBron to the team has had a terrible effect on Brandon Ingram, who game by game is getting worse, and he looks less confident when LeBron is on the court because he knows he's just going to get told to stand in the corner and watch LeBron. With LeBron James on the court, Brandon Ingram averages per 36 minutes are 15.1 points, 1.9 assists on 44% field goal percentage. When LeBron comes out of the game and Brandon Ingram is allowed to play his game, he averages per 36 minutes 29.5 points, 4.7 assists on 56% field goal percentage. Ingram has clearly improved, but he is not allowed to show it because one of the best players on the planet needs to have the ball in his hands for the whole shot clock. LeBron needs to realize that the players he is playing with aren't like the Cavs last year. He doesn't have to do everything, and the players on his team aren't knockdown three-point shooters like he is accustomed to. LeBron needs to sacrifice his stats for wins, and honestly, I don't know if he can do that. When you look at the season for the Lakers, there is one player that has stood out in his stats decreasing, and that is Lonzo Ball. Coming out of college, Lonzo was getting comparisons to Magic Johnson and Jason Kidd, and in his first season, even though he didn't perform to what people expected, he showed his passing and rebounding skill, averaging 7.2 assists and 6.9 rebounds, but he showed that he couldn't score efficiently. He couldn't finish around the ring, and his unorthodox jump shot just seemed to never go in. This season, he is still struggling to score, but has shown he can at least shoot, but he's only averaging 8 points, which is 2 less points than last season. But the problem with Lonzo's game is that he never has the ball in his hands now. The player that was compared to some of the best playmakers of all time doesn't get to have the ball in his hands because everyone else needs the ball. When Rondo was healthy, the number 2 pick in the 2017 draft was put on the bench, and now he still has glimpses with amazing passes, but it almost seems like he has gotten worse this season. This just isn't true though. Lonzo is finally making shots, and even though his finishing around the ring isn't good, it has gotten better. but he doesn't get to do what made him so special. And the thing that made him the number 2 overall pick, he needs the ball in his hands. And even though LeBron's passing has always been one of his best qualities, he needs to let Lonzo have the ball. LeBron has no problems with his confidence. He knows what he can do, and he joined this team. These young players didn't join him. LeBron needs to figure out how to play with Brandon Ingram and Lonzo, not the other way around, because young players don't always figure it out as quickly as a 16-year veteran would be able to. LeBron is hurting the development of these young Lakers, and hopefully they can change up how the Lakers have been playing, or they just need to trade one of Lonzo or Ingram, or both of them, because right now it is not working.